How was the weekend off?
Good, yeah. We were able to get our legs back under us, relax for a bit, maybe play some video games. Older guys probably took care of their kids, which kind of sucks for them.
For a guy who wasn't like injured or anything, but was probably pretty tired, it was important to have that refreshing weekend.
For sure. I think a lot of the guys enjoyed that time off, and especially for me, although I was, had some bruises, nicks and bruises, I was able to come in and just relax and get in the ice bath. I'm sure a lot of the guys did that. I did see quite a few the first day I was in, so those guys are professionals and they know what's at stake.
You guys have overcome a lot this season, going all the way back to the very beginning with Obo leaving in the way that he did, and then losing Clint and everything else. What is that a testament to within your guys' group, that you have been able to push through all that adversity to get to where you're at?
Yeah, it says a lot about the team. From day one, we were unsure of how the roster was going to look. We had trial lists, we had all sorts of different people in, draft picks, everything. Throughout the season, we lost a couple players and key players for us, but it's a huge family, and you can see how much fight and how much grit we have as a team. And even though we lost two of our best players, arguably our best players, we're still in the playoffs and we're still in the Western Conference Finals. So it says a lot about our team, and we're very proud of who we are and how our locker room looks like.
Sure.
Speaking of losing players, what were your thoughts behind Tim Howard being down and not going to be able to play against Seattle?
Look, it's unfortunate. Obviously for the U.S. it's a huge blow. He was in form, I thought. So it's tough for Colorado, especially. Easier on us for sure, but Zach McMath is a good goalkeeper. You can't take away what he's done this year. But obviously Tim Howard's a big blow for them, and even for us, we're very, very sad that he had to go out the way he did.
From your position, how difficult is this Colorado team you'll be facing?
Yeah, well, Sam Cronin, Mike Azira, Jermaine Jones are three hardworking midfielders. They get into a lot of tackles, they create a lot of fouls. They're always there. Their fitness levels are very high, and obviously their soccer IQs are even better. So they're here for a reason. They, like I said earlier, commit a lot of fouls, and at the same time, they don't concede a lot of goals. So there's going to be a lot of fouls committed in the middle of the game, and that's why they concede very little goals.
How important will it be to gain some kind of momentum because of the stoppage, in terms of once those fouls, to kind of get a rhythm and string some passes together?
Well, the good thing is that our first game is home. After this week break, we're able to play at home and not travel. For me, that's a little bit more of an advantage, but at the same time, if we don't take care of business, it's not an advantage. So, we have to ease back into things. We can't get hurt during practice because we know that we have a game next Tuesday. So the important thing is to realize what we're going to be facing and play our game.
Do you think Chad Marshall's influence is sort of underestimated outside your guys' locker room? It seems like he does a lot and doesn't always sort of receive the plaudits that some other guys do.
Yeah, well, that's defenders for you.
Yeah.
It's an unfortunate thing. Obviously, they're a big part of our team. Chad's was our leading goal scorer at one point, and that guy has done a lot of good things for our club. Great guy in the locker room, but obviously he doesn't get credit for what he does. Along with Steph as well. Those two guys are incredible players. And I think our success has started from the back. Obviously we score more goals now than we did before, but keeping teams at one goal or even 0 goals makes it easier for us to win.
Was that especially true when you guys were riding out some of that turmoil in transition further up the field?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, at the end of the day, defense wins championships. Colorado's there for a reason. They've done very, very well defensively. So we have those key players there for a reason, and they deserve a little bit more credit for sure. But at the same time, those guys don't like the spotlight, and they're happy to do their part for the team.
Sure.
Kind of going off that, it seems like Ramon has brought a lot to the table, not just on the field, but like personality-wise, whether it's leading the dance parties after the games or just kind of generally being a happy presence. How much does it help you guys to have a guy like that who just seems like he's always so upbeat and kind of elevates the mood?
Yeah, even when we lose, he's that positive reinforcer. He's that guy that will pick everybody's heads up by making us smile. He's always in good spirits. It does help to win for sure. Ramon does a lot more than what people see on the field. He's a guy in the locker room that is very respected, and obviously he's done really well for himself in Panama. And that guy and Chad create a big duo for us, and teams are a little bit afraid of us on set pieces and corner kicks. So those two guys deserve a little bit more credit for sure. But at the same time, they're happy with us winning.